Hey guys, it's Killer B23 here, and today I'm reviewing this little Lansky sharpener here. Very, very nice little sharpener, very affordable price. I'll go through kind of a pros and cons list real quick. So the pros, very affordable. This is around $13 to $15, something like that. It might have gone up, I don't know. I got this like a year ago and have been using it since, and I really like it. Another pro, very compact, very nice little system. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a knife sharpener. The way this works is it's a box, obviously, and it comes with 4 rods. These are 2 ceramic rods and 2 coarse rods. Now, these are not very coarse. These are still pretty fine. I don't know exactly what the grit is. It doesn't say, but I'm guessing, if I had to guess, I'd probably say a 600 or 500, something like that. Now, the way this system works is it comes with a 20 and a 25. Now, I use the 20 on most of my knives because I really don't beat them all that much. But the ones I do beat, like, let's see here, like this guy, this Cold Steel Outdoorsman, I sharpen this one at a 25. But this one, you're going to want to, this sharpener, you're going to want to go off the factory edge because it's not made for reprofiling edges or anything like that. So you're going to want to stick to the factory edge, whether that be a 20 or 25. Sometimes they're between, 18. Sometimes they're lower, like 18. Sometimes they're 22, 23. So that's the thing that kind of sucks, is you either got 20 or 25. But most knives will be in between these two. Now, the 20 is more of a straight up and down, more vertical angle, and the 25 is more of a shallow angle. So this is going to keep an edge longer and for more abuse, but this is going to make your edges a little bit sharper. This still holds an edge just fine. Don't think if you grind it, if you sharpen out of 20, it's going to be, it's going to get dull really fast. It'll just get dull faster than out of 25. But they're both can get them very, very sharp. Yes, so I don't want, and real quick, this sharpener is made for keeping edges sharp. Okay, it's not made for, taking a butter knife from, butter knife to razor sharp. It's just not made for that. This is made for, you get a knife, you buy a knife, you use it, it gets dull, you sharpen it. But you don't want it to get too dull because then you're going to be spending a lot of time on this sharpener, especially when you get into the higher end steels like this S30V on this Spyderco PM2 or your CPM 154 or, there's a Kershaw Launch 6, by the way. And, so there's that. But when you get into your softer steels like your 8CR13 MOV, or other Kershaw steels or other, your 440C, which is a little bit better than that, stuff like that. It's easier to sharpen because those are softer steels. They get dull faster, so, but they're also easier to sharpen. So that's kind of a toss up there. This knife sharpener is really not much to say about it. It works great for what it is. Like I said, it's made for just keeping sharpish edges sharp. It's not made for, taking a butter knife and making it insanely sharp. I'll show you how this works real quick. This little Kershaw Kuro beater knife. This is, I've had this knife for like 5 years, and the assist is broken. I've beat the piss out of this knife. But it actually has worked. And for most people, and I just want to say this, for most people, you don't need like a ZT or anything like high-end like that. You know what I mean? It's just, those are for more knife guys. Don't get me wrong, yeah, like they're awesome. And I make, higher-end purchases all the time. But, especially recently, for some reason I've been going through a knife phase recently. But, anyways, something like this Kershaw Ferrite here. Great knife. I really do love this knife, and I'm going to be reviewing it soon. But very small, perfect EDC for a lot of people. It's a good slicer, very thin behind the edge. It's very thin altogether. It has about a 3.1, 3.2 inch blade, something like that. I don't really know exactly. But it's got ACR 13 MOV, which is a softer steel, lower grade steel than your S30V and stuff like that. But it'll do the trick for a lot of people, especially if you don't use your knives all the time. But if you do, you might want to invest in a knife with some harder steel. But anyways, the way this works is you hold it vertically. You hold the knife vertically. You hold your left hand or right hand, whatever, and you clamp it down. Not clamp it down, but just hold it down pretty stiffly. But you want to make sure your hand's out of the way in case the knife slips off or something like that. But you just hold the knife as vertical as possible and just stroke it downwards. Now you can either go like that if that's more comfortable. I choose this method, but like I just did there, you want to make sure that you don't roll the edge or roll the tip. And what that is when you're stroking down and you're pushing against the rod to make it sharper. So when you get to the very tip, sometimes it rolls off, and if you do that enough times, it'll blunt the tip, and you don't want that, obviously. But when I first started using this, I went very slow and very deliberately, and I made sure that the knife was constantly in the same position. And that's what knife sharpening is all about. You ask anybody who sharpens knives and they'll tell you it's all about consistency. As long as you're at the same angle on each side, your knife's going to be razor sharp. So, that's what it's all about. Even the slightest little turn like this when you sharpen it, it will make a drastic difference. So just keep that in mind. So there is a little bit of skill involved in this, but it's not crazy hard. It's just running your knife down the rod. But for this system, it is very, very easy to roll the tip. So you got to be very careful of that. But this is made for keeping sharp knives sharp, and it works really well for that. Like for instance, this PM2. Okay, I bought this knife about a month ago, and I've been beating the piss out of it. And even though it's a harder steel, S30V, it still needs to get sharpened. But so I touch it up on this guy. Like I said, I don't know if I will be getting the KME sharpener, and that's like a $200 sharpener. You can go to 300, 400. You go to the Wicked Edge. You can go to. There's a bunch of different systems, but I like the KME personally because it holds the knife like this at a perfect angle, and you can just set it and forget it, and just whatever, let it rock. It takes the human error factor out of it, and I like that. Because obviously we're all humans, we all make mistakes. But anyways, so I touched this guy up not that long ago, and as you can see, it is very, very, very sharp. And I don't mean sharp to sharp like, because most normal people, they see a knife and they go, oh yeah, that's sharp. And it can't I don't know why I get caught on the end there. It's because this end's rolled over, but the knife can't even cut, whatever, paper, whatever. It's not sharp, but people think it's sharp. And that's, whatever. It probably is sharp enough for their needs. But I want a knife that is sharp, could pop the hairs off my arm, no problem. And this knife is capable of that all day long. But it also depends on if the knife came out of the box sharp. So I got a ZT 0452CF, which is a very high-end knife. Not very high-end, but it's a high-end knife. It's around $220. And that came out of the box dull, which is ridiculous. I got a video about it if you want to look at that. But very nice knife otherwise. But I did send it back, and I'm going to get another one. But, that's very hard to sharpen because that's got S35 VN, and that's a very hard steel. And to get a knife from dull to sharp on something like this with a hard steel, it's hard. And it takes a long time that I don't really have or want to spend. Especially when you pay that kind of money, you shouldn't have to do that. But it is what it is, right? Anyways, in closing, I really do like this sharpener, guys, and obviously, like I said, You know, if you're next level guy and you know whatever, this isn't for you. You want to get something a little higher end. But you know, for the normal average Joe, you know, this is awesome. It works. Just keeps your edge nice. You know, stuff like that. I don't know if I'd use this on kitchen knives or anything like that, but it's a lot better than those run through, you know, things. Do not use those things, guys. The carbide. Oh man, those things that you just that looks dirty. But the things that has a V like this and you run your knife through it, do not use those ever. Yes, sure, if your knife is butter knife dull, that will get a better edge than a butter knife, but it will ruin it. So yeah, do not use that. Anyways, you know, this sharpener really is good for what it is. You know, it's great. You can stick it in a backpack because that's what I'm going to do with this once I get my KME. My KME is going to be like my home sharpener system, and this is going to be like, you know, if I'm backpacking or going hiking, because I do that a lot, and my knife goes dull and I need it sharp, I can use this, and that's what I like about the portableness and the compactness of this item. And it's disposable kind of. It's, you know, it's not disposable, but it's $15. You know, you lose it, it's not that huge of a deal. But yeah, so I really hope you guys like this video. I'm going to be trying to come out with more videos a lot more often now. I have a little bit more time now, so, you know. I really appreciate you guys watching. The people who actually watch my channel, which isn't many, but the people who actually watch my channel, I started reviewing firearms and, you know, firearm stuff like that. And I recently moved on to knives because I'm going through kind of a knife phase right now. So the guys who actually watch my channel, like Greg, tell me, do you like these knife videos? If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. But obviously, please be constructive about it and let me know why and stuff like that. Or let me know what I could do better. You know, what I missed, you know. And I know these videos don't go into super fine detail, but that's because, you know, there's plenty of videos on the stuff I review. You know, because obviously they're not rare items that I'm reviewing. So, anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys watching, and take it easy and be safe.